Hey guys, I have forgot to do this shit again as I'm house sitting, so fuck me. Go ahead and turn this shit off. But we essentially had a pretty good week last week. I think we scored about 155. We had kind of, some odd ends, not produced very well. Mike Evans didn't produce very well. We didn't have Brian Thomas produce at all. I think they were both around the 4 or 5 point range, so not what we're really wanting to see. But we had Baker Mayfield, looking like the top 3, top 5 quarterback in the league right now through 6 weeks. So riding that hot hand. Danny Dimes didn't do very well. I think he had like 10 or 11 points, but when Baker's getting almost 30, within that quarterback room, we can pretty heftily say that averaging about 40 points between those two positions is perfectly fine for what we've been through and done. Then we had David Montgomery. First time he scored 2 touchdowns in a single game this season, so love to see it. I think, he is like RB like 6 or 8 or something like that, so really doing well. I think he was like my 7th or 8th round draft pick, so love to see that. Really coming in clutch. We had Chuba Hubbard, doing his thing. I think he had a little bit lower points than he had in the last like 4 or 5 weeks, but we only have him for a bit, so any points helps, and especially since we've gotten him on the team, we've got 2 wins under our belt, so really helping out. Getting in that win column. Then we had, I think the only wide receiver who actually performed at all for us last week was Cortland Sutton, 13 or so points, something like that, 12, 13 points. So really happy with that. We also had, Tyrone Tracy coming in clutch. Singletary's on our bench, kind of just riding that questionable out status, last couple weeks with his injury. So, Tyrone Tracy was a big, huge pickup. Really enjoyed him kind of producing for us there for real. Then we also had, who else do we have? Kickers, punters, and defense. Defense, we were going against each other, so we've got the Jets and we had the Bills. I think I made the better decision. We got 8 points with the Bills. Jets, I think, got 3 or 4. So, every point helps. Didn't necessarily come down to it last week, facing, I think, the lowest score. But, hey, whatever. Still made the right decision and potentially probably keeping both of those for a couple more weeks as matchups are kind of in favor of the Bills for a bit. And then, kind of once the end of the season, into the postseason rolls around, I think the Jets are going to continue to do what they were doing in the first 4 or 5 weeks. So, 10 plus points every week is what we're looking for. And then kicker, Seabolt, whatever you want to call him. Huge, massive pickup. I don't think he was in or injured or whatnot week 1, but since then I think he scored like 9 or 10 points every single week plus every single week. And so it's exactly what we need. Especially with as many injuries as we've had this year. We've had like 5 guys on IR. We've had to drop like 1 or 2 of them just because they, Derek Carr, things like that, just not coming back in a timely manner in which we would need them. So, been hit by that injury bug pretty hard this year. I think we have the worst luck. I think as it's sitting now, I'm starting off with my 3rd overall draft pick as my number 1 for a good portion of the season. So, it's just tough to stay competitive when you do that, but, it wasn't my decision. Guys get hurt. They're just trying to win for this team, and that's all we can look for. And hopefully once they come back, they can help this team win. So that's what we're needing, and that's what we're wanting. Face Jackson, I think he was a low scorer last week. Quite a bit of drama last week, of course, happened in the league. We're going to put that shit behind us and kind of just keep looking forward and moving on. Talking to him at softball, I did sympathize for him. I didn't really realize what I was doing at the moment was collusion, even though I know collusion to a T, and I'm always the one to call it out. So, kind of bad on me for not really noticing that a little bit sooner. But paid our fines, said our sorries, and we're all good. So, love to see that. Love to see the league being a little bit healthier this season. After that little spat kind of happened. So. love to see you guys produce here this week. My team, we've got a bunch of fucking B and C teamers playing in the lineup right now. So kind of like what Nico'S did earlier in the season, we're just needing to sneak through some wins here as best we can. Try to make some shit happen. But I'm going to try to get this shit in before we can get a fine. So hopefully we don't have to pay another fine 2 weeks in a row. And watching this Thursday night game, hopefully it's going to be a good one. So love to see you guys. I don't believe I had a shot or a drink or anything like that. I think we just barely snuck by. I think there's 4 or 5 guys that were doing it. So I think we might be the last one. I'm going to try to get this in right before. It's going to be a close one. So see you guys and best of luck to everybody. I think coming up this week, I've got probably Alex winning against me. I think Owen's going to get his absolute butt bashed in. Mikey potentially as well. And same with Parker, I think. I don't know. I'm doing this all off memory, super last minute. So see you guys, and hope everybody loses in the league except for me.